times in December we tried it.
Welcome to A Day in Sports Life with my guest, Jonavin. On the show, we talk about sports from many perspectives relating to current and former athletes. This is a space for you to express your gratitude for the sports you play, or tell us about some ridiculous stories about your experience playing a specific sport. I mean, come on, man, it's great. My guest here today, like I told you, it's my boy, Jonavin. I played football at Hobart Will Smith Colleges with you. In 2018, I was a freshman, come walk on, not a walk on, but I was an incoming freshman, and you were a sophomore, man. So I've had the joy and the pleasure to play with you as a collegiate athlete at Hobart. A very interesting experience, man, we've had.
Nonetheless.
Man, tell me what led you to Hobart? I gotta hear this, man. What led
Oh, I don't even really be telling these stories like that, but I'll tell you my story on how I got to Hobart
you?
because it was actually a crazy story that I never really told before. I'll tell you how, well, my college like recruiting process was just, to be honest, I don't I don't really remember too much of it. I remember early on in high school was easier, but then as I got like to my senior year, I had to start like hitting up people. And it's funny because like it was one of my good friends, Bobby Gibson, who we actually played with.
Mm-hmm. I
We
remember
went to the
Bobby,
same high school. Yeah, we went to the same high
my
school.
boy.
We went to the same high
Shout
school
out to
until he
Bobby, man.
transferred. Yeah, shout out Bobby. That's my dog. I used to
Yeah.
stay over his house. Shout out to his family too. But he was the first person to ever bring up Hobart like ever in my life. And I don't remember what year of high school it was, but like random conversation, like he was just talking about like Hobart College. And like at the time I'm just listening to him and what he has to say, and I wasn't really
Yeah.
thinking much of it. It wasn't, I think he was probably talking about recruiting himself, but to me, I'm just listening to him as a friend. And that was the first time. That was like before senior year. And randomly, I was out with one of my friends. It was like a late night, and I was going to one of my best friends in high school, Brian
Mhm.
Snow. We was just out, and we was going to Wawa. And this particular night, I had received a phone call on my phone, and I might have missed the call or not. And then I called them back, and I'm like, who is this?
It was a college recruit.
It was a college coach from Hobart. It used to
Oh
be the
man,
old defensive coordinator or old linebackers coach. I don't remember. I
was
don't
it
remember the
Backus?
full name. No, it wasn't Backus. It was somebody. I don't remember. I don't remember his name at all. But it was the coach. I think he was the linebackers coach. He wasn't the defensive coordinator, but he was a linebackers coach. But
Mm-hmm.
it don't even matter because when I got there, he didn't even coach there anymore. But yeah, that was the first time like that was like the second time I heard about Hobart, but that was kind of like my first introduction. And then he was just talking to me
Mm-hmm.
about just talking to me about the school and just filling me in on stuff. I don't remember the specifics from the conversation, but I know that led to me going up there for a visit. And honestly, to me in high school, I wasn't about to go to college and play defense. I wasn't doing that at all. So
You
you
was a
don't care.
quarterback. You was a quarterback in high school.
I played, to be honest, I wanted to play quarterback in high school, but I played every position.
Okay.
Like ever since I was a kid, I literally played every position. Like in middle school, I wanted to play quarterback bad, but they wasn't gonna let me play quarterback.
You
I
was
play,
you was multifaceted. They had you everywhere, the all-star guy.
yeah,
I
no,
only
that's
played I played receiver and I also played DB for a brief stint. But every time I went to DB, bro, I was anxious on the field, bro. I felt like
no, I
I was getting exposed. I couldn't be out there on defense on my own island.
no, I played defensive back. The first time I ever played defensive back was freshman year in high school, and I was actually good.
Mm-hmm.
I like DB a lot, but like I'm a type of person where I'm getting the ball. All that other shit I don't care about at all. Like
Yeah.
it does not excite me like that. But that was my only thing on defense. I could just get the ball, like turnovers, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries. Like that was my thing.
Yeah.
But middle school I played like a practice scrimmage at quarterback, and I threw a touchdown play. I was there for like 3 plays, and I threw this long touchdown pass. And then I had like a waggle, and the other one was like a handoff. And that was the last time I played quarterback in middle school until a championship game where
Yeah,
it was like 30 seconds left in the game, right?
yeah.
I ain't played quarterback all year. 30 seconds left in the game. They put me in that quarterback talk about something, yo, we need a long pass. We had to go like 80 yards. That was embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. I'm looking at the coach like, you're a grown man. Why are you trying to put me in that quarterback now that it's time to win the game? You're a grown man.
He just
Live with
said,
your
"Hey,
decisions.
hey." He said, "Forget the schemes, bro."
Forget the schemes.
Jonathan, come here, come here, come here.
Come here.
I need you to just launch this ball as far as you can. Can you do
How
that?
is that going to work, coach? They know
I
we
think
going to throw the
so.
ball.
I think so. You went out there. How far you launched it?
It don't even matter how far we lost. I don't remember it. The only thing I remember about that game was the fact that he tried to put me in that quarterback with 30 seconds left and we needed a touchdown and we lost the game. The only thing I remember after that was him trying to say something to us after the game. And I'm like, bro, all this shit you
Hey,
talking, bro.
hey, I hope nobody went over to you talking about something. It's your fault.
Oh, no. First
Nah,
of all, no. Middle school, no. No.
yo,
No. Never
don't be
that.
doing that, bro.
But
Nah,
then, yeah, high school, I played. When I first got to high
oh
school,
God.
I was mainly a defensive player, but then I played wide receiver on offense. I was good. I just wasn't super fast. Like I'm not that
Yeah,
fast, but I could get the ball. I had great hands. But then I think sophomore year is when I expressed to my coaches that I wanted to play quarterback. They act like they didn't hear me my freshman year. And
bro.
then that's when I actually started getting reps at quarterback. But it was just I don't know. I didn't really I would play sometimes and then I wouldn't play sometimes. But at the end of the day, I wasn't going to college to play defense. You tripping. But
Couldn't
so
happen out there. I didn't
yeah,
expect to go to college to play kick return. Man, how many kick returns I had? I think I returned the ball, I want to say once. One time I kick return in college, man.
this
And
is
then the second time, dude, I kind of forgot how to be a kick returner. The ball bounced on the sideline, and I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna go out of bounds. It bounced
and it
inbounds,
stayed in
and it
bounds.
just stayed in bounds. I like dove out of the way of the ball. I'm the returner. The
No,
ball, the
what you
ball
should
bounced
have
away.
did was stepped out of bounds and touched the ball.
Yeah,
That way
I
you would
don't
have
know.
had a penalty.
Everything was going fast, man. And then I'm
Yeah,
sitting there looking at it like, man, I could have got the ball. I could have meet this dude, broke this dude, ran to the right and scored, but I'm over here recollecting
recollecting.
what I could have did instead of in the moment doing it. But bro, let's talk about the first time we get on to the campus. This your sophomore year, man. This is
Hmm.
my freshman year at Hobart. They had us the entire summer training for some 110s. You don't
Uh,
understand what I was doing at my high school campus. My dad had me like,
what you did for training for conditioning?
dude, it was crazy. My routine was insane. I wake up at like 6 a.m. in the morning, get to my high school with my dad. He worked at the school I graduated from,
Hmm.
Oxbridge Academy, and I'm in the gym. Well, first I eat breakfast at
Hmm.
like 7:30. I start working out in the gym at like 8 o'clock. What we did was we rotated. It was either I was working out inside of the gym doing weightlifting training, and then I go to the field and do some receiver drills. And I was working with this coach, Coach Sneed. He was bringing some professional athletes out there. So I was working with some professional DBs, some professional receivers. You know Willie Sneed, who played in the
Hmm.
NFL receiver. So I was learning from him too. Just how to become a better, well-rounded receiver. So I respected the trainings that we had, and I respect my dad a lot for just being there, man. I'm talking about you talking about 24/7 every day.
Hmm.
He was there just training me like I was about to make it to the NFL. I got my PR. I got my PR for back squat up to like I don't know, like 275,
Hmm.
and I also got bench was at 225. I tried it with the actual he was there,
Hmm.
just spotting me, but I was able to translate everything I did during my summer trainings to when we was practicing on in our training camps, and I
Hmm.
PR'd at 225 4 reps,
Hey,
which was pretty good. That was my first
and
time
that was
actually.
better than your summer PR.
Yeah, my summer PR was all like assisted. But
Okay.
when I got into the gym, I actually hit it myself. And I think what happened was being around that energy of everybody in the gym. You hear, I'm talking about it's different than high school. Yeah, high school, everybody, yeah, come on. But
Yeah,
nah,
no, my high school workouts, nobody would even show up.
it was different in the college gym. I gotta credit our players and our
Mhm.
teammates for that. Because bro, they was creating an atmosphere for you, give you that energy, that motivation to really lift in the gym. Like motherfuckers was in that gym going crazy.
I will say,
He was going crazy, man.
the compliment that I will give, and the one thing that I really did look forward to was interacting
Hmm.
with the strength and conditioning coach and
Yes,
interacting with I can't even think of his name, but he coached the
I got you.
DBs and he was the DB coach for Hobart, and he was a big strength and conditioning guy. And just talking to them about just nutrition and weightlifting, that excited me a lot my sophomore year.
Yeah, what did he coach at UCLA? I know exactly who you
No,
talking
you
about.
talking about the backup coach. I was talking
Okay,
about
you talking about Coach Gray then?
well, Gray, the black bull, and the boy that coached DBs. Honest, I don't remember nobody name. I don't remember none
I
of that.
got you, man. Trust me, bro. I got you.
Yeah, I
Coach
know you.
Coach Harvey.
Harvey was the wide receiver coach, right?
Nah, Garvey.
Oh yeah, because I
Coach
don't
so
fuck with Garvey. He ain't know
Garvey.
what the fuck he was
Garvey was
doing.
my coach. You talking about not Harvey, but it's pronounced Hadney.
Yeah,
Coach
Hadney,
yeah.
yeah,
See, I
Hadney.
got them mixed up too. There was
Because
Coach
I was about to
Garvey.
say I don't
That's
fuck with
my coach.
Garvey. He ain't know what he was doing.
That's my coach, Coach Garvey. And you know what's crazy about Coach Garvey? Dude, I ran into him. So I did sales earlier last year. I was
Uh-huh.
selling and I did door to door. I knocked on Coach Garvey's door. And we just had a moment to, moment, a little heart to heart. Cause I mean, we had a little, it wasn't friction, but I know he expected a lot out of me, and I wasn't really living up to my potential.
Listen.
I had other stuff going on, but it was
You
in that
expected a
moment.
lot out of him, and he wasn't living up to his fucking potential. So make sure
But
you make sure you say that after you
yo,
say your
but
faults.
yes, it was good to see him in a different light. He seemed happier
That's
than he
good.
was in the past. And we just hugged it out. We said, "What's up?" I still was working, so I had to hit my next door. I couldn't sell
Yeah.
to him at that moment.
Listen,
I wish I was able to get the sale, but bro,
listen. He
having
lucky.
having him as a coach, I was confused. I was just like, you thinking you're gonna have a coach that can relate in the sense and actually demonstrate the drills better. But I gotta give him credit for just trying to be the type of receiver coach that we needed, because it was totally different than what I had in high school. When high school, I had my dad as my receiver coach. Somebody, this
Mhm.
man, he out there running the drills. He's showing us
Yeah.
the drills, demonstrating it 24/7. Like that. You should have heard my dad, Coach King. Everybody
And listen,
at him the way
that
he
was a winning culture you came from in high school, right? So
yeah.
listen, here's my thing. Yes, you give the man grace, but when you're around real people that really
uh,
want to win, you don't give credit for trying.
you don't you
You
gotta
don't give
succeed.
credit for trying. You
You
give
gotta
credit for
succeed.
winning.
And
So at the end of the day, listen.
going into that, listen to this, man. Like you said, going into that season, I was expecting a lot. What was this? The 150th roster of
Bruh,
Hobart? I'm
you
on
know I do
point.
not.
I
You know
got you
I
with
do
this.
not know
Dude,
that
I'm
at
in the I'm
all.
in the freshman chat. Everybody, oh, we gonna ball out. I'm about to take this position. Hey, we gonna be the best class ever.
Y'all
After the,
class was nice though. I can't
at the
lie.
end of the season, bro, there was possibly over 100 players on the team, right?
Bruh.
Had to be 80. Had to be 80 players, man. When
I
I
know we
tell
lost a
you,
lot. We did lose a lot of players, but I
I
don't know
didn't
how many
know,
players.
dude. We got the spring, and then we lost you too. We don't get on the fact of how we both retired, but
Hmm.
we lost you early on. I forgot you was there. I was like, damn. Until I had second semester class with you, we was in sociology. I was like, oh, it's John.
Oh yeah.
But dude, we lost like at least 30 to 40 players. But starting this season off September 1st, they got us playing the number 6th ranked Brockport. I was ready for this game. I was like, okay, this is about to be my first time showing up. I got a messed up shoulder. I got a jam finger. I'm just coming in just battle scars, bruised up. I'm like, this is college. Oh man, I've never was injured since high school. My only injury I had in high school was a partially torn MCL,
I never had got injured in high school.
but now I'm dealing with all these injuries in college.
Mm-hmm.
It is something that's going to be there lingering the entire season. Man, I didn't think Brockport was going to beat our ass the way they did.
That
56
shit was
7.
bad. That shit was very bad.
Our touchdown came in the fourth quarter.
That shit was probably one of the worst football games I've witnessed.
Were you there or you was watching it online?
I think it was a home game, right?
No, that was away. That was at Brockport. It was a nice stadium too, but they whooped our ass. I'll be honest, man. They tore us up.
Oh, I'm thinking about the Brockport game my freshman year.
Y'all went.
But the fuck did we win? Their quarterback was big as hell. Number 5, that boy was big.
But you talking about man? You'd have thought everybody was getting fired after that game because we really treated it like the season was over. Because
I was about to say
the senior stepped
when
up.
you get your ass whipped like that.
Uh,
I remember going into the year. Me personally, I was optimistic, but in all honesty, no matter what I can say about the team, my sophomore year and my freshman year, we had really good players on our team.
Yeah,
but I just think that I don't know. It's hard to say. I come from a different like I don't know. I don't like in college. You lose 3 games is over. So to me, like I used to watch players and like I used to play with people that were like really good. So like losing is like you don't get credit for doing anything except winning and being the best, like and being recognized for the best. So it's
I
like,
understand that.
especially when you have a real team full of talented players and you not competing for a championship, like that type of stuff really like damages the morale of like a collective group of people. And that Brockport game was going to be like if we would have won that game, like everybody's trajectory would have been probably a lot different.
The team morale would have been better. But just listen to this though. We in D3. It's not in D1. So in D1, you lose one game. Shit, you not going to the playoffs. But you still focused on those conference games that to get you to the playoffs, or at least in D1, those conference games get you to the championship.
But football in general is a conference-based sport, but also even though we played it or y'all played a number 6 team, you still gotta play like legitimately top 25 teams every year in Union and Ithaca. So at the end of the day, those games matter more than the Brockport game. And I feel like in leagues that aren't like D1, well, first of all, college football is a top heavy sport. Like like realistically, it's top heavy. Like even if you look at D1, and I'm pretty sure if you look at D3 for a long time historically, they have been ruled by probably the same schools. And then you probably have some outliers that make it sometimes and some that don't. And then at the end of the day, I think the D3 championship this year was the first time I ever seen new teams in it, which was Cortland and then the other team. I don't remember. But you pretty much every year is what the Mount Union team, and I think it's the one team from Texas.
Yeah, I always hear Mountain Union. That was, I think, Cortland versus North Central was the
and what was the year like before that?
The year before that. Year before that, D3. Let's see. That's very interesting to have Cortland win though. The fact that they so close. Nah, I don't even know. I can't pull
And that's really why I was tapped in, because one of my friends from high school used to go to Cortland.
But he went there.
Yeah, you actually
So yeah,
Hobart played against him.
Mount Union lost to North Central. This team, North Central's in Illinois.
Yeah, North Central, and then it's a team from Texas that usually is a front runner, and I think they're red, but I can't really remember the name of it. It's like Harden something. It's like two names.
You're not coming up. You said Harden something. Yeah, Harden Simmons. So yeah, Harden Simmons in 2022 lost to a team called Trinity out of Texas. And they lost in the first round. First round, yeah. But nonetheless, like I'm saying, we didn't take this loss didn't really hurt our season. What it can play in to affect later in the season would be a playoff standings. Like if we had a really good conference record, it can help us out. So it was about us battling adversity, overcoming adversity after this game. And you should have seen the seniors in the locker room. They told the coaches, get the hell out. We got to talk to these players, man. And Al and who's the other bull, man? Number 20.
I was on. You played with Al?
Yeah, I was a senior.
Oh, you talking about Jay Prince and Al?
Yeah.
Damn.
And Jay Prince and Al, man. They
After
had to
that
give us
game,
a talk.
damn.
They had to give us a talk, man. They told us, yo, we got to tighten the fuck up. We ain't going into the rest of the season losing like this. We got our ass whooped. And guess what we did, bro? Mooresville State came right into town. We put up 62. That was my first collegiate touchdown. My parents came to watch. We put up 62 points, 62-24. I scored. I remember just running over to the sideline. I jumped up. I had my roommates ready for me. We over there celebrating. Shaq and Zay, they jumped up with me, celebrated, man. That was a special moment because I'm thinking I'm gonna score more touchdowns in this season. Nope. But I was excited for that. And then the next game came up. Did I tell you this game right here, Shenandoah in Virginia? This was when I loved college. The thing I appreciated about college was traveling on the road.
Was that our coach's
No. Our coach
was his old school?
His old school was Endicott. We play Endicott next. I'm gonna get to that. But Shenandoah was if you talk about top 5 games in my history of my entire existence playing football, Shenandoah was definitely in the top 5, if not number 1, because we won the game. It had to be one. Like I was playing in the game. We was on a 1-1, or I think 2-1 receiver rotation. But just experiencing that game, being a part of it, like feeling the energy, man, it was a back and forth shootout game. We ended up winning that game 56-48. The tight end on the other team, Shenandoah, scored, I believe, like 4 touchdowns. Like it was just back to back. He was nice. I don't think our defense was up to par that game. I've seen the defense play some pretty impressive games that year. That game, they just had our number. And a play that just I remember and just resonates with me was my roommate Shaq freshman year. This man takes back, I don't know, it was like 100-yard kickoff return. I'm just on the sideline, just jumping up. Shaq, Shaq took off, man, on the sideline, right side. I'm talking about gone, number 4.
I used to love watching
Lit on him, man.
I used to love watching Shaq and Zay play. Y'all was nice. I can't lie, y'all was nice.
We was feeding off each other energy, man. It was a special moment.
It was good. That was good football to watch.
Mooresville State, it was a special moment. We was on the field at the same time. Zay in the backfield, Shaq at receiver, I'm at receiver, bro. I was like, oh shit.
Y'all was lit.
We on the field. Hey, I'm like, we in the field. They handing the ball to Zay. I'm like, okay, let me go block for my dog. Now, it definitely was a special moment just forming those bonds with that team. That team was definitely a good team. And we had the energy, even going into a game like Endicott, where we was down at half and we had to overcome adversity. We still lost 27-24. Like just the energy, the college football atmosphere playing, every game felt really important. And even being 2-2 at that moment in the season, I was still sitting there like, God damn, this is we really in the funk of things. The season hasn't even started yet. After Endicott, we 2-2. Now we into the Liberty League. Everybody's talking about Union. Yes, they were talking about some Union coming into town, dude. Last week Endicott, I'm with Ray. Well, this is Ray's come out party. Ray balling out.
Listen, I used to love watching Ray. I used to love watching Ray.
Cat was consistent throughout this season. They was the one 1-2
Listen.
duo.
Cat was tough, and Cat was a dog. Never take anything away from him. But listen, Ray
Ray was a
was
different
a
beast.
lovely football player to watch. He was so fast. He was always
He was humble, but
moving.
he
But
was
I didn't think he got the
confident.
ball enough, personally.
Mhm.
I don't think he got the ball enough.
You know, the quarterback has to find his. The quarterback always has their security blanket, and Cat was definitely the security
Definitely
blanket to
security
Hoffman.
blanket.
He felt more comfortable throwing the ball.
And nothing's wrong with that. Cat is a dog.
Because I believe that maybe Cat he was able to be put in multiple roles. You know, you could put him in the inside, outside. He was the Z. If you got yourself a Z, you got yourself that tight end, like that's that security blanket. You throw him the ball, whatever you needed. And you just feel most comfortable. But Ray was that playmaker, man. You throw that thing 40 yards deep. Ray is
I
up
remember Ray caught a deep post and he
off the
just took it
header.
off the ball head. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Which one was that versus Endicott?
I don't know who it was. I know it
That
was
might have
at
been
home.
Union. That might have been
I know it was at home, and he took
uh-huh.
that deep post and he just went over top of boy head.
Dude.
I was like,
Yo,
nice.
Union
I
game.
was like, he nice.
Union was a game. 29-28 victory. Cat and Ray just back and forth drive, scoring touchdowns. It was like they had a competition. They was like, nah, bro. I need to score more touchdowns. They both went over 100 yards in that game. Both had a touchdown each. And that got us into the Rochester game. Another game we just blew out.
Rochester mid.
We blew out Rochester 50.
I ain't gonna lie, Rochester is mid. Morrisville is mid. Cause listen,
Yeah. We lost to
Morrisville, yeah.
Mooresville 2 years later. I was retired then.
What?
They did.
They lost to Morrisville?
They don't want to hear about that. Just know what
Listen,
happened.
bro. I remember when
Just
had
know
we
what
did
happened.
a
It was just
listen,
that was the 2000. That was last year's season actually.
yeah, my freshman year we scrimmaged Morrisville.
Not this season that took place, but literally it was 2000 and I want to say 22. End of 2022.
That's not good. That's not good.
They kind of fell off, man. But
Morrisville, man.
Going into the bye week though, we're 4-2. And we was on all highs, man. Everybody's confident. Everybody's, we changed the trajectory of the season. Even losing to Endicott, we battled through adversity, beat Union, beat Rochester. We're 2-0. We're 2-0 in the Liberty League. And I'm expecting this is when everybody's expecting playoffs. Like okay, we just weathered the
because
storm.
I was about to ask you, what was the talk? What was the talk going on between like the offense around this time, if you remember?
Dude, we're coming off of a win versus Union 29-28. You got 10 minutes left. And then we got Rochester 52-7. And then we beat that was the two games that I feel like just brought all of our confidence back. So yeah, we got 10 minutes on this thing, but that brought all of our confidence back. And I just felt like everybody, they was feeling themselves. They really was. But this is, I feel like, where the team derailed. A certain incident that changed the trajectory of our season was Halloween weekend. Now,
You set this joint up nice. I can't lie. You know how to set it.
yo, so we're 4-2, right? And we get to Halloween season. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm having a good time. Freshman year,
So you
I'm
think
laid
this is
back. I think this was truly
the true derailment of the team?
Yeah, the true
Man.
factor of why the chemistry fell off. Everybody's head wasn't on the right page. Because you got certain players jumping off stages during the bye week, breaking their arm. Non-factor, but still, that was Moody. Moody was out there like
come on, bro. Stop.
Moody was lit, bro. Moody was lit.
What is we talking about him for in terms of this football team?
Nah, you gotta put respect on Moody. That's my dog.
It's hella respect for Moody, but
I'm just saying, there's a lot of things.
First of all, the coaches ain't even show love to Moody.
Ah, man, that's a selfless individual, man. Multifaceted outside of the sport of football. But
they didn't even show love to Moody.
We had other incidents that happened, man. Just a racial incident that I would say definitely messed up the chemistry we had with our team. I'm not gonna get into it, call no names, but
Oh yeah,
it's just
no
it's
names, no
just
names. Fair enough.
seeing that incident play out, it just ruined everything. Then we had a talk as a team, and then the talk just split us up. I was just like looking at it, like, what is going on? You can literally see the divide as some individuals walk that way out of the locker room, some individuals walk this way, some individuals staying in there. You got to break up a fight, a scuffle that's about to happen. We're 4-2. We're 4-2 coming off the two of our best wins of the season, you know, other than that Morrisville blowout. But we're thinking, yo, we going into the playoffs. Coach gets word of what's going on, what's happening at these parties, what's going on with the team. And he didn't really want to discuss what was going on. He didn't want to debunk anything and put all out there on the table. But he just said, at practice, hey, whatever's going on, y'all got to figure this out together. But that was after he done punished us. What was it, Sunday? He woke us up on Sunday at like 5 a.m. We talking about, they said, yo, get to the stadium. They punished us, man. They had us running.
Was I there?
You was there, man. You remember the punishment we had? You was talking about the up downs.
That was winter though.
Nah, yeah, we had another time we did up downs, and that was during the season. That was after that Halloween weekend. They had us doing up
And
downs.
I was there.
You had to
And
be.
I wasn't
Everybody
I
got
wasn't
punished.
snapping.
You wasn't snapping. No, you wasn't snapping. You was probably hung over. Everybody was there on that
I
field
don't even drink.
getting punishments. Well, shoot, whatever
I
you.
don't even drink or go out. I was not
Hey,
hungover.
hey, it just went south, man. They had us on that field, up downs, people throwing up, hangover. You can visibly see it. And then after that, of 2 hours of conditioning, we got to run a practice scrimmage. I mean, it was bad. And then the derailment started with the next two games. We're 4-2. Our first game is now RPI. They're ranked 19th in the country. We came in there, yeah, we're 2-0. They put it on us, man.
What was the score?
Final score is 31-24, but at halftime they had a 2-score lead.
Okay.
And Coach Garvey did something that was pretty stupid.
Oh my God.
He punched
the joint. He had the joint on.
Yeah, he punched his hand into the locker, and I'm talking
Listen, Garf.
it ruined all of our receiver drills for the rest of the season. I'll say that. To
He
say the
couldn't
least.
throw the damn ball to y'all.
It was his dominant hand too. So he
Garvey, man, listen. Shout out to Garvey, man.
Hey, yeah, he showed me that he had a lot of passion.
Shout out to Garvey.
Garvey had a lot of passion, man. But yeah, he ruined his arm. I know he was hurting after that because I done messed up my hand punching something, and I know how he felt. He definitely regretted it for sure. He was like, "What the fuck? I took my hand off for these kids. This is some bullshit."
Damn, Garvey. broken wrist and a loss.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Yo, I'm on the sideline like, let's do this for Garvey because I know he.
Oh my God.
Nah, we lost that game for sure. And then after that, we turned around. 2018 Hobart Hall of Fame weekend. We had Ali Marpet.
I remember. I do remember Ali Marpet coming. That's one thing I do remember about that year.
Ali came, gave us a pep talk. He was definitely not a pep talker. He was
he was a businessman. Shout out to Ali Marpet. Shout out to Ali Marpet.
All about business.
He was a businessman.
That's a great.
He retired from the league at the height of his game. Shout out to Ali Marpet. Real business.
Former Pro Bowler, All Pro. What was he, a tackle?
He was a tackle and a guard, but he played guard for the Bucks when he got a ring.
Yeah, he's tough, man. Shout out to him because I took that prep talk to the heart. We went out there and we tried. We didn't succeed.
Who did we play Hall of Fame weekend?
They had us set with Ithaca.
Oh yeah, that was a smoke.
Yeah, it was 10-3. We just couldn't score.
Yeah.
Man.
Our offense, I do remember our offense being bad. Whenever we played a good team, it was bad.
If we was able to win that game, we would have had an opportunity to still make it to the playoffs.
Another trajectory changing moment.
Yeah, but that Brockport loss would have probably caught up to us early in the season. Same with the Endicott.
Brockport didn't win the championship that year.
No,
They actually didn't have
they
a year as
definitely
I
did
thought
not.
they was gonna have.
It
Because
was.
the year before they was in the top four. They was in the final four.
Mm-hmm. They definitely were. Man, and then we rounded off the season beating St. Lawrence 42-31. That was probably one of the coldest games I ever played. It was like 20-mile-per-hour wind.
42-31, St. Lawrence.
It was bad. The weather was bad. I just wanted to get the game over with, man.
That was home
Too
as
cold.
well.
That was an away game. It was too
Yeah.
cold for that. It was. The wind affected it the most, but definitely was some treacherous weather conditions to play in. I mean, that was the season. That was the 2018 Hobart Smith College season. We finished 5-4, 3-2 in the conference play,
5-4.
3-1 at home, 2-3 away on the road. That was my first and only college season I played in. I had fun. I enjoyed all the road trips we had because we went to, I want to say, Massachusetts for Endicott, and then we went to Virginia for Shenandoah. And I was like, bro, we traveling out of state for this. It's amazing. We on a bus, but it's not
Freshman.
it's not bad.
Freshman.
Yeah, freshman shit for sure. It's not bad, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the road trips. The home
That's
games were
good.
fun too. And it's cold weathers, but I'm out there playing with no sleeves. I had to sleeve up though
Yeah,
for
you
the
was
St. Lawrence
fried.
game.
You
30
was
degree
fried.
weather. I'm out here like, oh, I gotta do it. I can't be out here wearing no sleeves.
That shit hurt.
I gotta muscle through the pain.
that's that that's that football mentality
Mentality,
right
right?
there.
Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, man, there was a lot of learning curves through that season. I would like to say that after that season, they did go on to have multiple winning seasons, but they just can never muster up a season that gets them into the playoffs, muster up a roster, consistency to win those important games like Ithaca and Union. Those teams proven to be a detriment to our seasons.
Winners.
Yeah, they were winners.
Real winners.
Yes, but we're going to take a break right now. We are going to return back in a moment. All right, we are back to a day in sports life. This next segment, we'll be switching up the topics, switching it from our college experiences to the NFL playoffs. So the NFL 2023-24 playoffs is now here. And I got to say, has been probably one of the best seasons I've watched as a sports fan, especially following this season. Now, seeing what's happening, all these coaches retiring, coaches fired, and moving on. I'm very impressed with what took place. And a lot of these outcomes were definitely shocking. I think going into the season, we didn't see the Houston Texans being a 4 seed, winning their division. And we're talking about winning their division with two rookies in effect, the coach and the quarterback. CJ Stroud put on a performance this year. He in talks during the season was in talks to be the MVP, a rookie winning MVP. He definitely might win rookie of the year. He's battling Puka Nakua.
I'm a Puka, but we gonna see.
I would expect,
Who you think?
maybe they're biased towards the
They gonna be
position.
biased towards Puka.
So towards Puka, wow. Oh, you think just because of that type of receiver performance, like he breaks the record at receptions and yards, that he's gonna win it? I'm I'm led to believe that they're possibly gonna go with the quarterback. I'm persuaded that they're gonna pick the quarterback. It's shown over time in history that they're gonna take the quarterback with the risk.
Fourth seed versus a 6 seed.
Yeah, well, 6 seed. I mean, they're gonna have the whole storyline be, he leads them to the playoffs for the first time as a
Talk
rookie
about
quarterback.
CD. Yeah.
Yeah, with a rookie head coach. I think the head coach he's taken D'Amico Ryans is taking the coach of the year award, definitely. I mean, who else is gonna be in the running with him? The Browns,
Cleveland,
Cleveland,
Baltimore.
Well, this is what's gonna tell. They probably don't have the picks in yet. So the Browns play the Texans. This segues into our first matchup. The Browns versus the Texans. 5th seed versus 4th seed. And look, you can take this game and be like, all right, whatever coach wins this game is gonna win coach of the year. Who is your pick? Do you have a Joe Flacco leading this team into a resurgence? The Browns coming back? Because when Deshaun Watson went down, they were talking about, oh man, their season's over. I'm listening to the
And Nick
podcast
Chubb.
and Nick Chubb. He went down early too.
People were saying their season was over when Nick Chubb was out because Deshaun was not playing great at all,
Nah, he wasn't. He had an underwhelming performance, but
especially beginning of the year.
yes. And then he was dealing with some shoulder injuries. But then somehow, out of nowhere, they went through the whole rotation. They had Dorian playing for them, a rookie. They called Joe Flacco off of the couch. Multiple teams done did this year, calling players off the couch. Giants did it with Justin Pete.
Why the Jets ain't do that?
They had him on contract the year before. I don't know why. The
But the
Jets
Dolphins actually called JPP to play for him this year as well.
did he? He did. He definitely didn't answer the phone then.
No, Jason Pierre-Paul, he's on the Miami Dolphin roster. If I do believe, last time I checked Hard Knocks, he was on there.
No way. I didn't hear nothing. I don't hear no sacks.
And I think he is from Miami, right?
Yeah, he's from
Or Florida, but nonetheless.
might be from down south for sure. But I don't know, man. It's just the story. It's really interesting to see how Joe Flacco has came back and formed this whole resurgence with his career too. Because a lot of people calling him down and out, man. He was accused on a QB carousel, playing with different teams. They was running a train on him, moving around Denver.
I didn't even know Joe Flacco was on Denver.
He was on Denver. This man was with the Jets. Dude, he was just playing everywhere, man. Not getting appreciated, being underused, undervalued. And I mean, he was on some teams that were struggling. But now he found his way. He found his way with the Browns. He led them now to 11-6 record, and he's playing really good. He's playing some really good football. He's been in the middle. He's been making some mistakes here and there, but I mean, he has to dust off the rust. Throwing a couple interceptions, but just lead them to these wins that they have and getting them a fifth seed. Like they got to the playoffs comfortably. They wasn't sitting there the last game of the season like the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, excuse me, like the Bills, who are like,
Yeah.
if the Steelers win, if the Jags win, we might go home if we lose tonight. Or you sitting there like the Jaguars got their backs against the wall and they can't win. Now they home.
Cleveland has a really good roster, and we can't take that for granted. At the end of the day, they have a really good defense, really good skill players, and
That's
Joe
correct.
Flacco is not a scrub, as we could see. So I feel like, regardless, almost at this point, it makes me believe even if Deshaun Watson was playing quarterback, they still would be in a similar position. I don't think they would be higher than the middle of the pack in terms of like higher than a fifth seed,
Yes.
but at least they still have some life, and now Cleveland could possibly get a championship.
Yes.
Do I think they're going to make it that far? Yet to be seen. If their defense comes out, play crazy, okay. But other than that, we're going to see.
Here's the storyline. We got the number 1 defense going up against the number 7 passing offense. That's a pretty intriguing story. We're trying to see if CJ Stroud, I know you're having an impressive rookie season, but are you able to channel that into a playoff victory for yourself? Get yourself 1-0 on the board, and then also continue this Cinderella story into the next round, because they might meet their eventual demise when it comes to playing a team like the Baltimore Ravens. But first on task in the AFC North, you got the Browns. Who you got, man? Texans, Browns. Who do you want to win, and then who do you think is going to win?
Who I want to win? I want CJ Stroud to win, but Cleveland Browns will win that game.
I like that. Yeah,
they will, and it's going to have nothing to do with anything else, but their defense is going to be coming. And quite frankly, Houston should have lost the last game.
Because
they should have lost the last game. I don't remember what would have happened if they would have lost that game, because I don't remember all the scenarios.
They would have been home.
And it wouldn't have been on anybody else's. It wouldn't have been on CJ Stroud's fault, but their defense is bad.
Well, they would have been home. Colts would have been in this position playing against the Browns. And if they were in this position, I'd have been like, Browns win.
Yeah,
I
Colts
hate
was.
this matchup. I wanted the Texans to win, but I want the Jags to have this matchup. I wanted the Jaguars to play the Cleveland Browns because I want Cleveland in the next round. I want the storyline Joe Flacco facing his former team in the Baltimore Ravens.
Mhm.
And it's sad to me that I gotta pick the Browns in this matchup. Not for the fact that this is a want. I want the Browns to win, but I also think the Browns have an opportunity to win this game just because of the way their defense is playing. And then they also have this veteran quarterback who I feel like will be poised in this moment playing against this Texan unit. I think CJ Stroud's going to make some mistakes, but he also can surprise us in this game.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans pull this off,
I
especially.
just, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but I just don't think Houston's defense is their defense is gonna make the stop that they need at the time that they need it.
I respect that too.
And I don't think CJ Stroud's going to play bad. I don't think their coaches are going to coach a bad game. I think it's just going to come down to a specific situation and a specific stop that they're going to need.
Yeah.
And let's just hope that Houston has the ball last. If Houston has the ball last and it's a close game, then
There might be a
CJ Stroud, baby. I'm riding the CJ Stroud wagon
yeah.
until the wheels fall
You might
off.
have to make a switch.
But all things being equal right now, I don't think that their defense is good enough. I don't see how they almost lost to the Colts, who are scrubs. But I mean, anything can happen, as
Colts
we
not
know. It is
scrubs.
playoff game. It is
Colts are not
playoff game.
scrubs. They're a pretty impressive
Listen,
team this year.
you
I
seen
think
you seen
Gardner
the
Minshew
last.
is a highly
I love Gardner Mitchell.
regarded
I think
and recommended backup in the league. He might be top
I I like Gardner Minshew. I think he's
number
a
one.
really good quarterback, if you ask me. But you see in the last game, just like everybody else seen the last game against the Houston Texans.
You
It's
think it was
hard to
a
come
bad
from. It's
pass?
hard to come back from things
Bad
like
pass.
that.
It was a
That's
bad
a
pass. For sure.
cultural. That's a cultural stuff. When stuff like that happens, that's a cultural thing that lives within your organization.
When was the last time they won a Super Bowl? 2006.
And Tom Brady is the GOAT. I never liked Peyton Manning.
That
I'll
was
be
one of the
quite
best Super
honest.
Bowls. 2009. Colts versus.
And they played the Colts. Who did the Colts play in the Super Bowl? Rex Grossman.
Evan Hester opening kickoff. You know,
Rex Grossman, starting quarterback.
that is a play to remember. I wish they would have won that game. I like the Bears in the sense of like I guess color schemes, but
Yeah, got Jay Dedham orange Halloween jerseys. That's the only thing you like about them.
hey, first NFL game I showed up to, it was the Chicago Bears playing in Miami. They beat the Miami Dolphins. This was probably the worst.
What year was
So,
this?
man, it was
Because
hard.
the Dolphins
I'm
used to
gonna
be
show you
very
right
bad.
now, man.
The
Chicago
Dolphins are
versus
known to
Dolphins,
being very bad until recently.
16-0. That was 2010, November 18th.
But that was like year after Wildcat.
Year after Wildcat. Yes, definitely. This Miami Dolphins team was pretty
Yeah,
bad.
they were bad. They had the quarterback from
16-0?
West Virginia, Pat something.
Oh my God. Nah, they had a dude named Pennington, I believe so.
Oh, Chad Pennington.
Is there? Nah, not even. You know who played in this game?
Who?
Tyler Thigpen.
What are we saying? The Dolphins are historically bad. They will not make it past this first round.
But they are the only team who has the undefeated season. We're gonna get to their pick too, because that's another game right there. That's a toss up. But let's have it in. You know, we put in
They
the
have they have
pick
an
is in
undefeated
today.
season and they have a almost winless season too, right? Or am I tripping?
Oh, they probably had multiple. But we got the Browns winning this game versus the Texans. We got everyone's picking them. We got the Browns.
I think the Browns are gonna win. I want Houston to win,
Ah,
but I'd rather the
it'll be
Browns
nice.
win and get that and take that smoke
I
from
just I'm in
Baltimore.
it for the storyline. I just want to see the smoke, bro. Joe Flacco getting his position took. Did you see him? Did you see him the wild card playoff game with the Chargers? He just sitting there. The entire stadiums, all the fans like put Joe Flacco in. I wasn't one of them.
Yeah,
I
because
was
he
Lamar.
was bad before he came back to Cleveland. He was not playing great.
The team wasn't meshing well around him. They needed a
And
change. They needed a spark, and Lamar Jackson provided that spark. Okay. And I hope that this is the year that Lamar Jackson is able to win his first Super Bowl, and just continue.
that's the only
Great.
storyline that mattered to me.
Well, what
Lamar
about this
Jackson,
storyline?
don't
What
even bring
about
him up.
what about the storyline of Matthew Stafford going
That's
back
no
home,
storyline.
going back home to Detroit? The six-seeded Rams taking on the Lions. Now we're gonna jump a curve. We're gonna jump to
Well, so you saying Matthew Stafford going back to Detroit and not Jared Goff going back to playing the Rams? That's the bigger storyline to you in that game.
well, there's two storylines being played, but you're talking about a quarterback like Matthew Stafford, who was like highly regarded for the Detroit Lions. They respected him, they loved him, but it just got to a point where they knew they had to give him up. And the reason they gave him up was because they wanted him to succeed.
And why
Rams
did they
and
give up Jared Goff?
The Rams gave up Jared Goff because they sent him to Detroit not to
To die.
die.
To die.
You can say to die, but yes, he survived.
To die.
So he's sitting there like, you thought
But
you was
yeah.
gonna send me here to die, like Odell said. But he came back better than ever. And I gotta say, man, another career resurgence. What he's doing with the Detroit Lions is very impressive. I like it.
Because I will say this.
I respect.
I really thought Jared Goff was a bum. And personally, if you know me, I will never pick a quarterback from the sunny state of California.
To be successful.
From that college, no, I would never think a quarterback from the University of California would be good. Granted, is an exception, like one of the greatest of all time, which is an outlier. But other than that, I personally, that's not the first thought that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
But shout out to Jared Goff. He's led his team to 3 seed. They got my dog, Chauncey Gardner, who I really wish the Eagles would have just took the money out of their pocket and gave to him because he is a dog.
Why would
He's
you get
never
him for
not been a
1 year?
dog.
You get him for 1 year just to give him back up? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
He's never not been a dog.
Held on to Bradbury.
But at the end of the day, shout out to Jared Goff because, like myself and many others, I thought he was a goner. And he does a lot for the community too. So shout out Jared Goff.
Definitely need him right now playing against Tampa. But in this game, you highlighting some beneficial factors for the Detroit Lions. Do you think that they can pull off this win at home?
I think the Rams are done. I think Detroit is a great team. I feel like one thing, let's not talk about the players in the team. And this is one thing that I thought about the Giants this year. I think that Dan Campbell is an amazing coach, and the culture he implements into his team is something that you don't just get every day.
Yeah.
The only thing that he did wrong was not beat the Cowboys for my team's sake.
We have some really good receivers playing against each other. This is going to be a battle. This is going to be a duel. I don't know if defenses will take over in this game. I think this is going to be an offense-driven game.
And what, the Detroit and Rams game?
Yes, we got Puka, two really good receivers on the Rams side. We have Puka, who went for 105 receptions, 1,486 yards this year with 6 touchdowns. And just behind him, we're talking about an offensive player, MVP type of style player, man. Cooper Kupp. Okay. He went for 59 receptions, 737 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He was injured.
He was injured this year.
Yeah, but both of these receivers are going to be definitely the top weapons. You got Williams, 14. We got Williams with 1,100 yards this year, 12 touchdowns. And they're going up against another dog, somebody who was a Pro Bowl snub, even though the Pro Bowl isn't
Amon
what it
Brown,
used
shout
to
out
be.
to him.
He went for 1,500 this year. How do you go for 1,500 yards and don't make the Pro Bowl? Don't even get recognized. Just like, come on, man. And the Pro Bowl is voted on by the players. So the players don't know what they're talking about. Not the players, excuse me, the fans. The fans don't understand what they're doing. They're just voting for likeness. and not really recognizing players for actually putting the work in, the effort. I mean, come on, 119 receptions, 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns.
Did make the playoff.
That's a
did
triple double.
Didn't make the whatchamacallits. That's crazy.
Damn. They're gonna miss Sam Laporta though in this game, but they do have one of the top running back duos in the league with Montgomery and Gibbs. Both players. Montgomery went for 1,000. Gibbs went for 945. That's two running backs on the same team, almost
1,000.
Almost for 1,000, both of them, and both of them a dozen touchdowns. Not a dozen, but in double digits. 13 for Montgomery, 10 for Gibbs. This matchup right here, I feel like is even. There could be a blowout brewing, but I do feel like this is a really good matchup. One, you can pick it either other way because a lot of both teams are motivated and for the same reasons, you know?
And Matthew Stafford, to his defense, he's playing really good this year.
He is.
But I think it's going to be a possession game, and I think Detroit will possess the ball for longer.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, with that being said, I think Detroit's going to get the upper hand on that one.
Okay. You think Detroit got the win? I want Detroit to win. I can see a scenario where the Rams takes this dub. I can see Matthew Stafford coming in there. Man, he talking to Puka. He talking to motherfucker saying, yo, we're lighting it up today.
We got to get this win.
Cup.
This is personal.
Cup, I need you.
But listen, it's way more personal for Jared Goff. This ain't about football. This is personal. Baby.
They try to ruin my life.
They tried to dun him off, rightfully so, because he was not great at all. But listen,
dude, the season they chose to dun him off, he went on to win a playoff game for them. You know?
Listen.
Dealing with a hand injury. They thought his career was over because of his hand. Come on. Talking about he's injury prone. Well, I'm glad he's back. Listen, I might have to, like I said, a want for me is the Lions winning the game. But as much as I pain to say it, I think the Rams come into town. It's hard to say this, but I don't know. Because Detroit can blow their ass out. But I feel like just a part of me, a part of my soul thinks the Rams are coming in there hot. They're trying to make a little run. I think the Rams win this game. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Listen.
I got to say it, man. I think the Rams are pulling off the dub. I want Detroit to win, but I think the Rams win this game. And you got Detroit.
I got Detroit 100%. That's not even
a question.
It's not a question for me.
All right. Well, let's backtrack to these Saturday games. We talked about the 4:30 matchup, the first playoff matchup happening on Saturday. That's the Browns versus Texans. We got the Browns winning. Let's talk about that night matchup at 8:10. Miami Dolphins.
Listen. This is going to be a quick talk.
Yeah. Look, they went from playing in Miami in a rematch game versus the Buffalo Bills, which I don't know if they wanted to do that anyways, to now they playing in possibly they're saying the coldest game in the history of the sport.
Now listen, them boys at Miami, they going home. They going back to the warm weather, the South Beach.
Very quick. I mean, they got to make a trip regardless after the game. So you saying they going back and they're
going back to South Beach.
Some of them packing it up and saying they staying right there. They're going down to Miami Beach to have a nice vacation. Is that what you're saying?
They going fishing. Them boys in Miami, they going fishing. Mike McDaniels, my fellow Pisces brother, I don't want to see you lose.
Well,
I actually like you as a coach, Mike McDaniels.
We got another storyline,
but I actually like you.
We got another storyline.
The NFL wants to see Taylor Swift at the championship. Let me stop with that.
You think
the NFL wants to see, listen? The NFL want to see Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl 2024. Let's get it, baby.
So you think it's scripted? Well, I'm gonna have to prove you otherwise, man. After a lot of deep dive talks with my friend who's a fellow Miami Dolphins fan.
Oh my God, you don't let that boy sway you.
Nah, he said don't let him persuade me. Don't let him persuade me. Nah.
The Dolphins are like a team.
Another one. Now I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
The Dolphins are like a team that it looks nice. They do everything to make it look good. so that people could come to the games. We in Florida, we in Miami.
Yeah.
Take your girl, take your family to the football game, and they make it look good. But when it come time to really be a football team and really do stuff that football teams do or are supposed to do, good teams are supposed to win. They supposed to win in the playoffs. It's not. That's when the drop off happens. They make it look good, just like the Eagles. They make it look good, make you believe it. Bring you to the stadium and make it look good. But when it's time to actually play the game, you know what happened. They get sent home.
They got sent home last year, but they was playing with a backup. This is Tua's first time playing in the playoff game. This is his first playoff game, okay? He has Tyreek. Waddle hopefully is coming back. The only thing that's not beneficial for the Dolphins and that's hurting them is that they're not unhealthy. They're dealing with a lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries. Because why?
Bradley
they
Chubb,
going out
Jalen
Miami
Phillips.
Beach. They Miami Beaching too much.
That's not the reason. They have heat strokes. I'm playing. No, they're
Miami Beaching too much. They on Hard Knocks right now. Listen.
They're just unlucky, man. They're unlucky. Yeah. They got the Hard Knocks curse.
They got they on Hard Knocks right now. They Miami Beaching, they Hollywood right now. And that's cool.
Well, this is a want for me. I like the Chiefs, man. Chiefs are probably my second team. My second favorite team in the NFL. And you know why? Because I fell in love with players like Jamal Charles. I fell in love with players like Tyreek Hill. I do the deuces up in high school. And also, I respect Andy Reid as a head coach. I'm a Giants fan. He used to coach for the Eagles. But watching him watching him coach for the Chiefs, I got to respect him. And I respect this Chiefs team. But I want the Dolphins to win. It's that Florida blood in me. I need the Dolphins to win. I'm tired of the Dolphins fans being sad. I'm tired of the Dolphins just ruining the season because before last time Dolphins been in the playoffs was 2016. Last time the Dolphins won a playoff game.
Who was on that 2016 team? Who was the quarterback?
Matt Moore started in that game. Ryan Tannehill was injured.
Oh, Ryan Tannehill he used to play for Dolphins. Okay. I'm like, Matt Moore led a team to the playoffs. I need to go start training right now.
Man, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. You know the last Dolphins playoff victory? They beat the Indianapolis Colts 23-17. This was the 2000 AFC Wildcard game.
In 2000?
December 30th.
Okay. Who was the quarterback?
You asked me who the quarterback was, man. You better.
Dante Culpepper.
You said Dante Culpepper for who?
He used to play for Miami, right?
Really?
I'm asking you.
You asking me now, man. I'll tell you, I started watching.
I thought he used to play I think he used to play for them.
Damn, that's unfortunate. Yeah, man. It's really it. Wow. I can't tell you who their quarterback was. We'll figure that out. Y'all search it up. Figure out who it was. Well, that's their last victory, man. So you tell me Dolphins fan their last happiness was in the 2000s. Literally 2000. 2 days before 2001 came around. So 2001 to now, they ain't win no playoff game. Been to the playoffs, but they ain't winning. So not tomorrow.
He was not their quarterback.
Saturday night, they got to get it done. They have to. I want them to. I think that the Chiefs might win this game just because, playing at home, I feel like took a nice rest off. The players are more healthier than the Dolphins, but there's a lot of convincing factors with the Miami Dolphins to say that they win this game. They got the run game to play in these conditions. Tyreek Hill, he's definitely trying to go off for 100 and a couple touchdowns. We're going to see. It's a toss-up. It really is. It's a 50-50 game. And there's a blowout brewing too. But this one right here,
blowout brewing
I'm going to put my chips in the crazy place. All right. And I might be disappointed. I might be let down. But I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a wild one. The fact that it rolled off my tongue is
That was actually
baffling.
crazy. I
It's
would never
baffling.
expect anybody to say that right now.
It's baffling, man. I wanted it to happen. I needed it to happen. And this is my upset of the wild card. The Miami Dolphins over the Chiefs. Okay? That's my upset.
Listen.
Moving on to our Sunday matches. Matter of fact, who you got in this game? I already know you got. You said it's a quick one. You got the Chiefs. You said they packing it up.
I'm never picking Miami to do anything in the playoffs.
Oh my God.
If they lucky, they got Tyreek Hill.
All right, all you people who bet, put the money on put your money on the Chiefs. All right, but can you put your money on the Dolphins to at least hit the money line? Or probably not.
See, listen.
Let's move
Mike
on to
Shula, Miami Dolphins quarterback 2000. You know who that is.
You serious?
He's a coach, yeah.
No way.
He's coach for the Bills now. But they had they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pro Bowlers on defense that year.
Damn, in the 2000s?
That's a lot. Yes.
They got a lot on the Pro Bowl this year.
But on defense? Well, the Miami's defense is really good. I mean, they have a lot of good defensive players.
They got 5 players with 6+ sacks, 2 with double digits.
Actually, no, I lied. Jay Fielder was their quarterback. I'm sorry.
In
2000.
Nonetheless, man, moving on to our next picks. We got 3 more picks left. This is gonna be a couple quick ones. We got 10 minutes, but we have the Steelers taking on the Bills. This one is a 1:00 game. Yeah, I feel like this is a quick
one. Man. That's gonna be the only blowout. It's potential 2 blowouts. It's gonna be potentially 2 blowouts in this playoff. One of them for sure. And I'm gonna keep it a whole beam with y'all. Bills in Baltimore for the conference.
Bills and
I give y'all that right now.
I just feel like the Bills are moving with intent. They showed it last week. They moving with a purpose, man.
They got high at the right time.
Their mission is not to get to the AFC Championship, but to get to the Super Bowl. And they're gonna get through whoever they gotta get through. And this is a great matchup for them to get that start and get that train rolling. They're playing against the Steelers.
Keep the train rolling.
Yeah, that's right. I like that. Keep the train rolling. What they got a 4-game win streak they're on right now, and they was not even. It's a 5-game win streak. They were 6-6 at one point in the season, and they were outside looking into the playoff picture. But here they are with the 2 seed. If the Baltimore Ravens somehow lose next week, Bills win this week, Bills are hosting the AFC Championship game. That's what we're looking at. And you know that's going to be. I don't think so either, but there's a possibility. You never know. You've seen what happened a couple years ago with Baltimore versus Titans, but I'm not hoping on that. I got the Bills in this one. I just think.
Listen.
I'm happy Mike Tomlin continues his streak of winning seasons, somehow getting to 10-7. The AFC North, everyone finished above 500. 4th seeded Bengals didn't make it to the playoffs, but they were 9-8 this year. Steelers finished the 3rd seed, 10-7. 2nd seed, Browns, 11-5.
Snuck one in there.
And guess what? You got them dogs at number 1. Best team in the NFL right now. Baltimore Ravens, 14-3. But right here, we got an NFC South team getting bounced out. I think Steelers go home.
Steelers going home quick, and I don't think they're going to really put up a fight.
Moving on to our next matchup, man. We got the Packers, Cowboys.
This is the second potential blowout, even though I don't have any liking for the number 2 seed in the NFC. But if I'm gonna be honest, I hope Green Bay wins. I hope Green Bay wins.
You know,
but
I need the Cowboys. I need them to get to the Super Bowl. Disappoint us in the Super Bowl.
What the? Yo, get this man off his own pie right now.
Do you know how that will be the number 1 most televised?
Well, sports TV will be funny.
That would be the most viewed Super Bowl in Super Bowl history. Cowboys playing against whoever it is, possibly Baltimore. Dallas versus Baltimore, that would be
in terms of the ratings.
yes, that
I
would be
will
incredible.
say if the number 2 seed from the NFC make it to the championship and they lose, that will make sports TV very funny.
With
But
Stephen
it's
A.
gonna
Smith,
be
possibly.
it's gonna be everything up to that I'm
Yeah,
not going to try. I'm not trying to see that at all. But good thing my Hulu Live isn't working right now, so I don't have to watch live sports,
yeah.
sports show radio. So,
But I got the Dallas Cowboys in this one. They're gonna continue their season, in Dallas Cowboys fashion
listen, man.
with the win over the Packers.
Here's my thing.
Though
This is my
Jordan Love
sleeper. This is my sleeper. This
upset.
is my sleeper.
It's
Green
up.
Bay knocks out the number 2 seed in the first round.
That's what you picking in Arlington,
If
Texas.
I was a gambling man,
Put the money.
if I was a gambling man,
Slide the chips over to the green and yellow corner.
if I was a gambling man, Jordan Love steals one. But the only thing is Dallas is crazy at home.
They haven't lost in a while. I don't
Yeah,
think I'm ready
so
to see this.
and the gambling world, Vegas made sure they didn't lose against Detroit either.
Dallas is on a 15-game win streak at home.
They should be. It shouldn't be that much, but hey,
Now it's at 16.
it shouldn't be that much. But
Maybe at
Vegas,
17 after this one.
Vegas got them. But Vegas can't hold on, can't keep them that long. They only the number 2 seed. The Vegas can't save them all year. They can't save them for the rest of the year.
I respect Dak Prescott and what he's capable of doing with this team. And CeeDee Lamb is having a very impressive season.
Listen,
I think the Cowboys are able to get it done.
CeeDee Lamb had one of the most iconic draft day moments of all time.
Is that
most iconic? The most iconic draft day moments of all time.
Now, is that still his girlfriend or not? We don't know. We don't care. It's about football.
That probably was the last day. First of all, that girl used to be Trae Young's girlfriend.
All right, on to the next thing.
Yes.
Last game
oh
of
my
the season.
God,
Last
bro.
game of the playoffs.
Talking about this team, bro.
Yes, you are. We're gonna put a little minute on them because we wrapping this thing up, man. Episode of Day in Sports Life. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, who was once feared, but now I guess anybody can beat them.
And Tampa will.
5th seeded Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, taking on a quarterback who a lot of people thought his career was over. They thought when they traded him, he wasn't gonna do nothing. Well, guess what? He's back. I don't know. Baker Mayfield is back. 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions this year, 4,044 yards passing. And guess who's there to help him? 2,000-yard receivers. Mike Evans, 1,200, 13 touchdowns receiving, 79 receptions. And you got Chris Godwin, 1,000 yards.
Shout out them. Nice.
Chris Godwin, 1,000 yards. They was balling.
That's some dubs.
Balling, man. This is an opportunity for them to get themselves back into the divisional round and possibly, who knows, make a little run. Win a Super Bowl with Tom Brady, win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield. Hey, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans sitting, they chilling. They can rest on the sunset like Thanos. But we gonna see, man. This game, I got the Eagles winning it convincingly.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You're the only one.
Your disappointing season continues.
I'm not trying to watch the Eagles pass this week, personally.
12-6. Buccaneers going home. I appreciated you making it to the playoffs and winning the NFC South somehow. Atlanta folded it away. Saints, they know what to do. Panthers, probably one of their worst seasons ever. Back-to-back defeated games, back-to-back shutouts they faced. They was going through it. So, yeah, stick it out with Bryce Young. Maybe you get it done next year in a couple of years now. Don't trade him away. You don't even got the number 1 pick. That was your pick. You put all your chips in the Bryce Young, so believe it. And I think he's going to get it done. But hey, We got our picks in, man. It's gonna be a very interesting wild card weekend, super wild card weekend. We started off with the Browns versus the Texans, and we finishing out with the Eagles versus the Bucks. And I'm ready. I'm anticipating all these games. And guys, this is a day in a sports life with Jonavin. We out.